Hi, welcome back to my channel, Open the Door. This is episode 71. Cross the threshold of doubt and fear and step into the flow. Here's a few scenarios for you. See what they have in common. An artist or a writer is deeply engaged in their work, feeling highly productive and losing track of time. During a marathon, a runner is feeling a sense of ease in their stride and that they're at peak performance. Someone working on a project finds that their thoughts are perfectly aligned with the task, and they're finding solutions seamlessly and efficiently. A parent responds intuitively to their child's needs without hesitation or second guessing. And a chef prepares a fine meal for guests, finding joy in the process, which feels effortless and rewarding. Well, as you probably figured out from the title, these are all examples of real world situations where people are in the flow. So what does that mean? Well, being in the flow means it's a state of complete immersion in an activity where you're feeling fully present and connected, and distractions fade away and time feels distorted. It means being in sync with specific tasks, and our actions can seem effortless, and you're at ease and at peace. Being in the flow. Not being in the flow would be this kind of stuff. Feeling stuck on a task and making little progress. Feeling rushed and overwhelmed and juggling too many things in a short amount of time. Feeling disconnected from yourself or your deeper purpose. Having self-doubt and constantly second-guessing your decisions. Having the sensations of physical tension and discomfort, stiff shoulders, tight jaw, body tension. And an inability to be present when your mind is racing and your thoughts are scattered. So how to get into the flow? Well, I'm going to talk about that, but first I want to talk about what it means to be in the spiritual flow. So here's another scenario for you. A person sits quietly in nature, feeling the energy of the earth, surrounded by trees and noticing only the bird's call or a gentle breeze. Everything feels meaningful and connected by a unifying, loving energy, bringing a sense of peace and comfort. This is what it's like being in the spiritual flow, and that little scenario I just read is me. That's how I get into the flow when I'm in nature. So being in the spiritual flow means being aligned with the universal energy, the divine source of chi, prana, also known as life force. It's surrendering control and trusting the process of life to unfold. It means letting go and letting yourself be guided by intuition, synchronicity, and trust in the divine. Being in spiritual flow means living purposefully and authentically and standing in our purpose and power and not dimming our light. And the flow brings peace, clarity, and a sense of being supported by something greater. Being open to having this spiritual conversation with something greater, with the divine, and then being open to receiving guidance, direction, inspiration, and insights. Those are all aspects of being in the spiritual flow. So not being in the spiritual flow would include these type of things: a constant inner turmoil where you're feeling restless and anxious, you have negative thought patterns, and you're battling with emotions, and you just have no sense of peace. You might feel disconnected from inner wisdom and guidance, not being able to tap into your intuition, and feeling reckless and spontaneous. Not in the spiritual flow can include resisting change and feeling this need to control outcomes, and then feeling frustrated at a lack of forward movement or things not turning out as you would have them turn out. Not in the spiritual flow means ignoring and or suppressing difficult emotions and experiences in order to appear positive. Hold up. Sorry, I lost my place. And also feeling isolated and disconnected from others and the universe. Not in the spiritual flow also includes doing your daily routines mindlessly with no sense of higher purpose or spiritual awareness. So next I'm going to talk about how I work towards and stay in this spiritual flow. And And it would include all these type of things. So I work daily on flowing through self-reflection. And then once I've done that self-reflection, I do what I call course correction in a variety of ways that I'll talk about here. I surrender and trust in the divine plan. That's a daily challenge, sometimes numerous times a day. I consciously surrender my need to control and release my hold on expectations and outcomes and trust in the divine plan. I have a recognition that this flow, it's an ongoing journey, and I have this little saying about I keep flowing downstream. Because if you imagine a stream or a river, and trying to go against the flow isn't really going to get you very far. So releasing and flowing with the flow is much easier, and using these tools will help you. So I boost my trust in my inner knowing and my intuition by following that inner guidance, and even when it seems scary. I try not to hesitate when my intuition is leading me or guiding me towards something. I try not to second guess and hesitate. That first inclination, that first thought, that first feeling of what I should do is my inner knowing guiding me in the right direction. So my higher self, which my mind and my spirit, it craves nature. So I get outside as much as possible. I sit at the park and work on my writing, or I walk some of my favorite trails, but I always turn off any devices and connect with my surroundings and be mindful and present while I'm doing that. I listen to my body. So I use physical exercise, walking, yoga, upper body work, or sometimes it's nothing to do with exercise and I need to rest or just sit quietly. I do enjoy a nap. So as I said, I listen to my body, and I'm aware of my body rhythms and what times of day I'm most productive and what times of day I need to rein it in and take some quiet time. Solitude, and I practice being present. Those are a couple more tools that I use to help me stay in the flow. So mindfulness, being in the present moment, brings a sense of peace and clarity, and ultimately a deeper sense of purpose and a knowing of my inner self. I use music to stay in the flow. I both play and create music. I write music, and I also listen to meditative music. I perform fairly regularly in the community, and I've also been working on some original music that I've getting copywritten and will be recording soon. I disconnect from the matrix and turn off my devices at least once a day for an hour or two to take a break from that constant stream of information, most of it useless, that we find on social media. So anything besides social media, also anything with commercialism, fads, shopping, spending, I sort, clutter, and donate my goods instead of spending more. Or if I do spend money on, say, new clothes, then I always donate a couple articles of clothing in exchange for that, so that I never have more than what I had before. I create good karma by holding a positive mindset with the self-care for my body and my mind and my spirit. And patience and kindness are big principles that I stand by and live by. And I do believe in doing unto others and treating them as we would want to be treated. So overall, I try not to sweat the small stuff. It's taken me years to get here, but I'm here now, and I really do. I try to just let things roll off my back. Getting upset over something we have no control over is just wasted energy anyway, as far as I see it. But another big aspect of staying in the flow is to consistently practice forgiveness, not just for ourselves, but for others as well. So I hope that you're able to find some useful information in this episode today about getting into the flow. My next episode will be a meditation for getting in the flow, and I'll record that shortly. I hope you're doing well, everyone. Take good care of yourselves, and I'll see you again soon. I do wish you peace, love, and light. And like I said, I'll see you soon. Take care. Bye for now.